I'm giving each of you an unlimited black card. Spend it however you like. But know this, what you buy will say everything about who you are." The words came from Eleanor Kingsley, a billionaire known for her cold logic and ruthless business deals. She wasn't the kind of woman who wasted time on games. So when she invited 4 ordinary employees from her corporate headquarters into her private penthouse, no one knew what to expect. There was Mark, a mid-level manager with dreams of climbing higher. Jasmine, a sharp, ambitious intern who had barely been at the company 3 months. Calvin, a smooth-talking sales rep with a taste for luxury. And Maria, the night janitor, who barely spoke and was often overlooked, her gray uniform blending into the walls she scrubbed. Eleanor slid 4 matte black credit cards across the glass table. They gleamed like secrets waiting to be told. "You have 24 hours," she said. "No limits. No rules. Bring back the receipts. Surprise me." Mark was the first to act. He strode out of the building with confidence, his mind spinning. A new watch, a tailored suit, maybe even a sleek car. "If I play this right," he whispered to himself, "she'll see I'm leadership material." By afternoon, he was at the most expensive dealership in town, shaking hands with a salesman while posing beside a luxury sports car. Jasmine thought differently. She saw opportunity. Networking, prestige, the kind of things that could catapult her into the circle she desperately wanted to join. She bought an armful of designer handbags, booked a first-class flight to Paris, and even prepaid for a week-long stay at a 5-star hotel. "This is an investment in my future," she told herself, clutching her passport with trembling hands. Calvin didn't hesitate either. He hit the casinos, tipping dealers with stacks of $100 bills like confetti. He rented a yacht for the night, invited strangers on board, and snapped endless photos for social media. "This is what life should be," he laughed, glass of champagne in hand, posting videos with the caption, "Unlimited Living." Maria left the building quietly, slipping the card into her pocket. The others barely noticed her go. When the 24 hours ended, they gathered again in the penthouse, receipts spilling out of expensive bags and briefcases. Mark was practically glowing as he presented the paperwork for his car. Jasmine laid out her glossy travel plans with a flourish. Calvin tossed down casino slips and yacht contracts with a grin, already rehearsing a speech about living boldly. Eleanor nodded, expression unreadable, until she turned to Maria. The janitor stepped forward, clutching a worn paper bag. Her hands trembled slightly as she placed her stack of receipts on the table. Unlike the others, there was no luxury logo, no sleek branding. Just handwritten notes from small, local businesses. "I went to the pharmacy first," Maria said softly. "There's a woman on my block. She's old, can't afford her medicine. So I bought her a year's worth." The room fell silent. "Then I stopped by the grocery store," she continued, voice steadying. "There's a shelter nearby. Their pantry was almost empty. So I filled it. Every shelf." She reached into the bag and pulled out a single small item, a pair of children's sneakers. "And these are for my grandson. His soles were worn through. He hasn't had new shoes in 2 years." Eleanor's breath caught. She had expected greed. She had expected self-interest, dressed up as ambition. But she hadn't expected this. Maria looked up, eyes shining with something stronger than pride. "I didn't know what you wanted us to do with the card, ma'am. But I figured, if I had the chance to help, even just for a day, why wouldn't I?" Eleanor's hand froze above the receipts, her chest tightening in a way she hadn't felt in years. Because in that moment, it wasn't the billions in her bank account that felt heavy. It was the weight of realizing that the janitor, the woman who scrubbed her floors while others barely glanced her way, had seen something far greater in that little black card than any of the rest. And it left Eleanor speechless.